My name is Cornelius Eady. I'm a poet, playwright, and musician. I live in New York and Missouri. The poem I'm going to read is On Being Brought from Africa to America by Phillis Wheatley. Now, Phillis Wheatley isn't an African American at this point. She's a slave. There's nothing else around her but her. Maybe one or two other slaves are writing, but nothing really like Wheatley. And this is what W.E.B. Du Bois will later call double consciousness. Because in the poem, you actually see a slave talking about the condition of being a slave to her masters. The poem is really, when you think about it, is really about the hyphen, in the thing that is called African hyphen America. The hyphen could be described as the distance between the first four lines and the last four lines in that poem. There's your hyphen. She's actually saying, I am conscious of the fact that you have scooped me up into this other world that I didn't know, and I am grateful for some of the benefits of that world, which is language and culture, but it's a double-edged sword. And it makes me conscious of the fact that I see the way you see me. That's the last four lines of the poem. Last four lines of the poem is what she's actually saying, the last couplet. Remember, Christians, Negroes, dark as Cain, may be refined and join the angelic train. The consciousness there is basically saying, I see the way you see me. I am conscious of that, but I'm throwing it back at you and saying, you know what, that's not good enough. You have to step up and actually live like Christians instead of pretending to be pious and still permit slavery. And here I am, a slave with the master's language in my head, writing in a register that you can understand called poetry, proving that I have creativity, that I've got a brain, that I have a soul. What are you going to do about it? And it's a real challenge. It's just her, by herself, in a very, very dangerous location, talking truth to power in a 8-line poem. On Being Brought from Africa to America by Phillis Wheatley. 'Twas mercy brought me from my pagan land, taught my benighted soul to understand that there's a God, that there's a Savior too. Once I redemption neither thought nor knew. Some view our sable race with scornful eye. The color is a diabolic dye. Remember, Christians, Negroes, black as Cain, may be refined and join the angelic train. It makes me feel that I'm not alone. Whenever I start feeling that there's no real place for who you are and what you have to say, that's where I go back to it. I draw strength from that poem. There's nothing like this poem anywhere in early American literature. Nothing touches this.